Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. The story of African Americans fighting for freedom in the United States is one of the longest and most painful struggles for human rights in modern history. It spans more than 400 years from slavery to the Civil Rights era, and it reshaped the American Constitution itself. To understand the price paid, we must start at the beginning. In 1619, the first documented enslaved Africans were brought to the English colony of Jamestown. They had been captured in Africa, transported across the Atlantic in brutal conditions known as the Transatlantic Slave Trade. Over the next 2 centuries, about 12 million Africans were forced into slavery in the Americas. Millions died during the voyage known as the Middle Passage in what later became the United States. Enslaved Africans were forced to work primarily on plantations growing cotton, tobacco, rice, sugar. They had no legal rights, were treated as property, and could be bought, sold, beaten, or separated from their families. Despite brutal oppression, enslaved people constantly resisted slavery. Forms of resistance included running away, revolts, sabotage of plantations, preserving African culture, secret religious gatherings. One of the most famous resistance networks was the Underground Railroad. This was not an actual railroad but a secret network of routes and safe houses helping enslaved people escape to freedom in northern states or Canada. A key figure in this movement was Harriet Tubman. She escaped slavery and returned multiple times to rescue others, guiding dozens to freedom. By the early 1800s, a movement formed to end slavery entirely. This movement included black activists, religious groups, white abolitionists. One of the most powerful voices was Frederick Douglass. Douglass had escaped slavery and became a powerful speaker who exposed the cruelty of the system. Abolitionists argued that slavery violated Christian morality, human rights, the principles of the U.S. Constitution. However, the United States became deeply divided. Northern states were gradually abolishing slavery. Southern states depended on slavery for their economy. The conflict eventually exploded into war. In 1861, the American Civil War began. Southern states left the Union to protect slavery. The war lasted 4 years and became the deadliest conflict in American history. About 620,000 soldiers died. During the war, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. This declared enslaved people in Confederate territories free. More than 180,000 black men joined the Union Army fighting for their own freedom. Their participation helped shift the war toward the abolition of slavery. After the war ended in 1865, the United States passed 3 crucial constitutional amendments. 13th Amendment, 1865. This amendment abolished slavery completely in the United States. 14th Amendment, 1868. This amendment granted citizenship and equal protection under the law to all people born in the United States. It legally recognized former enslaved people as citizens. 15th Amendment, 1870. This amendment granted black men the right to vote. These 3 amendments fundamentally changed the Constitution, but the struggle was far from over. After Reconstruction ended in 1877, Southern states created segregation laws known as Jim Crow laws. These laws enforced racial separation in schools, transportation, housing, employment. Black Americans also faced widespread violence. White supremacist groups such as the Ku Klux Klan terrorized black communities. Between the late 1800s and early 1900s, thousands of African Americans were lynched. Many were beaten, burned, or publicly murdered without trial. Voting rights were stripped through poll taxes, literacy tests, intimidation. The Constitution had changed, but reality had not yet caught up. In the mid-20th century, a new generation of activists began challenging segregation directly. One spark came in 1955 when Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery. Arrest triggered the Montgomery bus boycott. The boycott lasted 381 days and was led by Martin Luther King Jr. The movement spread across the country through peaceful protests, marches, boycotts, sit-ins. Many activists were beaten, jailed, or killed. The civil rights movement forced the U.S. government to act. Major laws followed. Civil Rights Act 1964. This law banned segregation in public places and employment discrimination. Voting Rights Act 1965. This law protected the voting rights of African Americans and ended discriminatory voting practices. These laws finally enforced the promises of the earlier constitutional amendments. The cost of this struggle was enormous. For centuries, African Americans endured slavery, forced labor, family separation, lynching, segregation, economic exclusion, police violence, political suppression. Millions lived and died without seeing freedom, yet they continued to resist and organize. At the core of the movement was a simple demand: equality under the law. African American activists argued that the United States must live up to its founding ideals: liberty, justice, equality. Their struggle forced the nation to confront its contradictions. The African American struggle for freedom reshaped the U.S. Constitution, expanded democracy, influenced human rights movements worldwide. Movements for women's rights, immigrant rights, and global anti-colonial struggles drew inspiration from the civil rights movement. Their fight forced America to transform its laws and its constitution, and their legacy continues to shape debates about justice and equality today. What are your thoughts? Thanks for watching.